Hello everyone, welcome back to my stream. Just give me a few seconds to sort all this out. Okay, we're here in Implementa. Let's do the attunement crystals in the area. The music is always great in this game. Sorry, I'm pretty new to streaming, so I'm still trying to set everything up, but it gives you a good view. the airship landing. Greetings, sir. This is the counter for passengers travelling to Gridania. A pleasure to serve you again, sir. Are you ready to board the airship to Gridania? And off we go to Gridania. Ah, you must be the envoy for Moldar. Welcome to Gridania, sir. The Elder Celtier awaits your arrival. Greetings, good sir. You are the Aldon envoy, are you not? I have received instructions to assist you. Pray make your way into the city proper and identify yourself to the conjurer at Norfolk's altar. She will admit you to the Lotus Stand, where the Elder Celtier awaits. Okay, there's a tune. I believe the Halloween event is still going on. I'm not sure what the minimum level is to do it. I wonder if there's a setting to change how fast the camera. Huh. Pumpkin-headed apparition. Hehe. Well met, adventurer. This one's the All Saints Week, the season where themes make for fine friends. During the festivities, I trust. While the Saints are away, a well-known theatre troupe has stopped in Gridania to play. They host a grand masquerade in the old manor that they might take their hunger for merriment. You have yet to meet these fearsome folk, but they are known as the Continental Circus. Performers who relish the bone-chilling nights of All Saints' Wake season. Their ghoulish gala is the talk of the town, and knowing the troupe's appetite for mischief as I do, I sense what lies in store. I implore you to view the spectacle for yourself. You need only speak with the genial geyser. You shall guide your steps to the haunted manor. Come one, come all, to the Continental Circus' Grand of Masquerade. Shall I guide you to the festivities, good sir? You shall. Impresario. I bid you welcome, dear guest. It is our honour to host you. An adventurer? Not that adventurers are unwelcome, mind. I harbour no ill will against them whatsoever. Now tell me, what brings you to our manor of happy horrors? That's great, of course. Are you now? Then I ask you to forgive my initial scrutiny. Past experiences have made me rather wary of adventurers, let us say. But I tire of shadowy schemes and the accusations that often follow. So I shall lay bare our secret as a gesture of good faith. However, you must swear never to share with others what I reveal. Though we are of the Continental Circus disguise ourselves as mortal men and women, we are in truth a troupe of otherworldly creatures. For some of us, our monstrous costumes are, in fact, our true form. When my own glamour dispelled, you would see me as I truly am, an imp. Not so long ago, my ultimate goal was to drown this realm in blackest night and usher in a long-converted legend among my kind. The Night of Devilry, where our leader, the Great Gord, would rise again and strike terror into the hearts of men. But as few void-sent compatriots have recently taught us, there lies a reward even sweeter than mortal fear, one that fills our hearts and satiates our souls. Gratitude. A taste, they said, and we would be unable to die in the fulfillment it brought us. Thus, the circus abandons its malevolent ambitions to pursue and needs words of appreciation instead. When glorious autumn twilight reigns supreme across the realm, mortal and void-set must join hands in harmony and carouse to the heart's content. In doing so, all shall know unforgettable thrills and chills beyond comprehension. Our masquerade is proof of this desire. Listen well, and you too shall hear our guest cry out in splendour. Ah, please, make it stop. Wow, I'm scared. I want my mummy. But why? That's not splendorous at all. Please, you must believe me. We have no intention of fighting our guests, at least not like this. Everyone swore a solemn oath to entertain. How has it come to this? Oh, you needn't glare those daggers at me. I haven't the foggiest as to what has transpired. But perhaps you might use your skill of inquiry to our benefit. I beseech you, adventurer, survey the manor and discover what has brought our patrons such distress. Starting with the second floor, I shall remain here to oversee affairs. Once you have identified the cause of this chaos, you must inform me with all due haste. Should fell rumours begin to spread, I fear the Adventurers Guild's suspicion will soon follow. Silence, silence, I say. You must go away. Where we go, chaos and devilry will follow. Remain here, and in chaos you shall wallow. Hungry Puddingstone Hall. I'm zombie justice down the stairs. They didn't tell me this masquerade would have me running for my life. Give me an elixir. No elixir? Then no treats for you. Excuse me, sir. Have you seen any elixirs around here? The creature in the pot won't stop asking for one, but it costs more than my allowance can afford. Next, I could gouge out some eyeballs, maybe even gobble up a few fresh organs while I'm at it. The Intrepid Adventure returns. How fared the others? Despite a newfound mission, we do still take great pleasure in mortals' fits of fright. I suspect they have forgotten themselves and prioritised their own enjoyment over that of our guests. I do empathise with their plight, and they've yet to cause any lasting harm. Mayhap it would be best to indulge them for this once and allow them their fun. I jest, of course. We cannot allow my brethren Santix to go unchecked, but if they will not listen to our reprimands of a kindly adventurer, I can hardly imagine they would heed mine. At an end, pass are we? Return to me, child, and I shall offer my aid. Is something amiss? Seriously impressed, I cannot hear the voice of the pumpkin-headed apparition, but he says it would be wise to heed your advice and return to Gardania. You are returned. The children of the circus are a fascinating bunch, are they not? Their antics never fail to amuse me. But while the intentions are pure, we must calm those who have lost themselves in feats of fear. I believe I can conjure something that will do just that. I should begin the preparations. For your part, I would ask you to procure a few necessary ingredients. I require All Saints cookies and a decorated pumpkin. The shady smog over yonder is like to have a few cookies to spare. As for the pumpkin, the botanist skill possesses a pumpkin patch for our needs. Speak up with Great Lone Gorgood. He will be happy to oblige you. Hee. Sorry, dearie, we're not selling at the moment. Here on behalf of the pumpkin head, you say? If it's for her, I suppose I can make an exception. We'd best keep it a secret from our other guests. There you go, one bag of freshly baked all saints cookies. Send the pumpkin head my regards, won't you? Well, the bot is going to take great pride in their pumpkins, and we are glad to share them with one and all. They make for sweet treats and charming decorations this time of year. I do hope you'll make good use of yours. Have you gathered the ingredients? Excellent, excellent. This will make for a most magnificent result. Now, I shall concoct a creation that will strike terror into the hearts of naughty children who have forgotten their purpose, and joy into the hearts of weeping mortals. Here. Now let us put an end to the continental circus's cool tricks, shall we? The materials you have gathered, I shall prepare the solution we require. But all good things take time. I suggest you return to the manor and inform the Imperioso of our plan. All shall be made clear soon enough. I'm told there's a situation occurring at a masquerade, but I have faith that you will solve it. Shall I guide you to the manor? Welcome back. I regret to report the circumstances remain unchanged here in the manor. Have you any new ideas to share? Concocted decoration, you say? Of what kind? Apologies for the wait. My master proudly presents a ghoulish gift for our dear Impresario. My word, this doll is the spitting image of me. It's no ordinary doll, I assure you. You may operate it by raising the top of its head, and that's not all. Take control, and you shall have a bevy of illusionary spells at your disposal. These illusionary spells are based on the materials our adventurer friend so kindly has provided us. Delectable delights for the worthy, and a haunting trick for those undeserving of treats. I see. A solution to mollify both parties. Might I leave the operation of this magic doll to you, adventurer? In its mortal glamour, I doubt I'll be able to maneuver it as well as you. Once you have shown them the error of their ways, order them to return to me, and I shall re-educate them on the parts they must play here. Our guests also deserve recompense for their prior treatment. I ask that you send them to me as well, that I might offer them sweets in apology. I cannot bear to end their All Saints' Wake on a dour note. So your plans are made then, yes? Then I shall return to my master. I wish you happy fighting and delighted. Well then, I suppose all that's left for you is to operate the mechanical meat. I suggest you begin by marching it right to the second floor and calming the corrupt commotion above. And remember, my fellow performers should be convinced to return with the pumpkin's trick. I ask that you reserve the treats for our guests. You must give them more undue fright. Should you find yourself separated from a pumpkin friend, simply return to me and you may hop on his head once more. Now then, off you go. No, no! Impressiaro! No, I've been good all this time. It's not what you think. I've done no crime. Oh dear. The Imperioso isn't happy with us. Then I'll hurry to him, lest I cause further fun. What more could you possibly... Magic candy? What's that you're doing? You're offering cookies and candy as an apology, say? Gods, I deserve a treat after all this. I'll be on my way then. What is that? Oh, you're no guest. It's kind of you to offer me a treat, but I must abstain, and please refrain from touching any nearby weaponry. Ah! The hell was that for? Strange, it felt as though the Imperio was slapping me across the head, but it did not hurt. Has he conjured up some new illusion? You say he's summoning the whole troop to the front of the manor for a talking to? Now that you mentioned it, I have been a bit overzealous about frightening our clientele. I'll hurry back right away. Oh no! Impressiaro's magics. Gone already? Ah, no more magics for me. What? He summons us to the foyer? Yes. Ahaha. Yes. Then to the Impressiaro I shall go. It's raining candy! Oh, there it goes. They're giving away free treats. Hooray! Then I'll march right up to the Impressiaro and tell him to give you candy. I owe you a great debt, adventurer. With your aid, I was able to give these members of the trip a good scolding. While a few fights are necessary to amplify the delights we provide, we must never allow the former to overshadow the latter. It is our solemn duty to provide the small folk with a memorable All Saints Wake experience. We felt the very same, Impressiaro. Even though the adventure always came for us, even though we knew what it was like to be punished and scared in the years past, we lost ourselves, striking fear into the hearts of those who didn't deserve it. It is as good for us, but not for them. We must bring smiles to their faces again. You hear? Less chaos, more treats and smiles. Eve. And we shall do our part with performance worthy of the season. Alright, my fellow thespians. It's time we greeted our guests with good cheer. Return to your places and give them all the masquerade they deserve. With that settled, I believe I should be able to handle the trip from here on out. I cannot thank you enough for your assistance, adventurer. Ah, and before I forget, is the one who crafted that mechanical masterpiece an acquaintance of yours? If at all possible, I'd like to express my thanks to them as well. A woman sporting a white pumpkin head? That sounds awfully like the legendary Great Gord, who would command the Voidset forces on a night of devilry. But I jest. Legends are precisely that. Cool tales, and no more. Allow me that joke at least. In any event, you mentioned waited your return at Mirketo's amphitheatre, did you? Pray allow me to join you. I shall very much like to meet this pumpkin-headed acquaintance of course. Join this week, company. Oh, this is the one you spoke of. It does exude a legendary sort of aura. If you were to tell me she was the Great Gord, I'd certainly believe it. But of course, that's simply not possible. Heh. All's well that ends well, I see. Was my clockwork creation of assistance? Indeed it was. My brethren have remembered their duty to entertain. And I dare say our guests shall be all the merrier for it. That is well. I trust you will continue to give the city's mortal residents an exhilarating All Saints Wake experience. Trust me, it's a lot of fun in the manor. Let's all go. You sure? Those scary monsters won't eat me up? It might give you a bit of a fright, but it's all good fun. We're giving away lots of treats too. Well, if you say so. You have to promise you'll stay with us the whole time. Of course. Won't leave you two behind. Come on then, let's go. Yes, all is well. Those children's smiles are proof of it. How strange. I feel as though I'm truly enjoying All Saints Wake for the first time. It's rather refreshing, actually. I shall continue to put forth my best effort, that the Continental Circus's name might be known in every corner of the realm. But for the present, my duties call me to the manor. Thus do I ask of you, Vedra, to spread word of our deeds and speak of us fondly in your travels. That clockwork creature you possess is a reflection of myself, and of my troop as well. Use it with pride, and perhaps others will want to know more of us in so doing. A sound plan. Yours is the face of the Continental Circus, after all. Leave it to me. One day, Perhaps tales of my trip will overshadow even those of the Great Lord. But until then, I shall continue my work. Convey to the realm all that the weight can offer. Now then, it's time I returned. As you well know, I cannot leave those scoundrels without their ringleader for too long. We shall be performing at the manor for the remainder of the season. Should you wish to join our festivities, you are welcome to visit as often as you please. In that case, I, too, shall open my haunted home to you, adventurer. Join me in the gardens if you dare. Simply speak with my servant and he shall guide you to my abode. You may entertain yourself there for as long as you wish. The season of devilry and revelry lingers yet, and we shall thrive upon it. May you carouse to your heart's content this All Saints' week. Take it before it disappears. And onwards for MSQ. Sorry. You are the Odon envoy? Begging your pardon, sir, but I might inspect the missive you bear. Beverly, still the Supreme Commander of the Immortal Flames. Please come with me.
So you are the Ul'dan envoy. On behalf of our fair nation, I bid you welcome. Please. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Khan-e Senna, Elder Seedseer of Gridania, and leader of the Order of the Twin Adder, our nation's grand company. I understand you bear a message from the Flame General.
A remembrance service for the fallen of Cartano. Pray tell me, adventurer, what do you know of our conflict with the Empire? It would seem my counterparts recounted the tale in some detail. That is well. A message from the Admiral. A wolf has been sniffing around her stables, you say? I see. Well, I shall be pleased to provide her with such counsel as I'm able. But first, friend of mine, I would tell you more of the Garlean threat. For the greatest part of history, Garlemald was not even among the most influential nations at Yusabad. the northern continent. However, its innovations in the field of magitech, some 50 years past, helped to raise it from the depths of obscurity. Emboldened by its technology, it set about subjugating its neighbours, swiftly absorbing each into its ever-expanding territory, and when all of Ilsabad lay within its grasp, it turned its ravenous gaze upon Eorzea. Yet Garlemald's transformation did not come about by virtue of magitech alone. Its success owed much to the consummate leadership of its first and reigning emperor, Colossus Galvus, the man who built an empire in its own lifetime. Yet he has lived long, and after more than 80 winters, it is said that he grows frail, and even more prone to illness. If rumours are to be believed, the matter of succession has destabilised the imperial court. This would explain the empire's relative inactivity in recent years, which has granted us much needed time to rebuild. Yet we cannot allow ourselves to become complacent, but Garlemald still maintains a presence in Eorzea in the form of its 14th Imperial Legion. Commanding its great host is Legatus Gers van Balsar, a man whose ambitions are well known to us. So long as he breathes Eorzean air, none of us may sleep easy. Calamity wreaked such devastation upon the realm that it has been all we could do to nurse our wounds. Never mind rebuild our defences. Simply put, we have not the strength to repel an empire. To aid to our woes, the beast tribes continue to summon their primals, whose very existence is a bane upon the land. Each nation is beset with its own primal problem, and has the resources to look beyond its own borders. The Admiral desires my counsel regarding a brazen wolf. He means to tell me that the Empire may soon resume its advance. Though the primals pose an undeniable threat to our survival, the threat posed by the Guardians is greater still. Clearly, each nation can no longer afford to think only of that which occurs within its own borders. A storm gathers up upon the horizon. If we are to weather it, we must needs stand united once more. A remembrance service may help to rekindle the spirit of unity which brought the peoples of Eorzea together, when last the Empire threatened our liberty. The Flame General was wise to make his proposal, and I wholeheartedly approve of it. The necessary provisions shall be made for a service here in Gridania. Your work here is done, my friend. I shall send my reply to the Flame General forthwith. I thank you for coming. May the 12 see you safely home. I pray your meeting with the Elder Seals here went well, my Lord Envoy. Correct me if I'm mistaken, Begina also delivered a message to Admiral Melweborth's Win of Lucifer Mensa. While you were there, did you happen to meet Aederon, the proprietor of the Drowning Wrench? Gregarious gentleman, always happy to help his fellow man. I am told he has a task for a capable adventurer. I know not what the task entails, but I dare say the Flame General's personal envoy would make a fine candidate. If you are interested in learning more, pray speak with Aederon at his establishment. Go to Limbs the Mesa. Sometimes I forget my hair in the head to be well screwed on. Welcome to the Adrenaline Ranch. Sit wherever you like, mate. I'll be with you in a... Hey, I'm Baderon, alright. Who's asking? Ah. I've got a job for capable adventurer, you say? Well, you're bloody right. Just so you're fairly warned, though, this ain't no job for the faint of heart. Thing's liable to get downright bleeding airy. But if you think you're still interested, let me know and I'll fill you in the details. I thank you for taking the time to help me out. Now, I'm sure you're busy, so I'll come straight to the point. Word has some suspicious-looking buggers have been sneaking in and out of the Sastasha Seagull, and I need a trustworthy sort to head up north of the airport and find out who they are and what they're up to. Don't sound like much, I know. But it wasn't so long ago as the fishback pet pirate paid us an unwelcome visit, and folk here feeling a bit nervous. If you will permit me, Master Bad One, I shall be happy to elaborate. Well, if it ain't the Chief Yellow Jacket himself. What do I owe this rare honor, Commodore Rayner? Come to make sure your patrons are behaving, or you're just thirsty? Neither. In fact, I was informed that you had requested an adventurer to assist in my investigation, and I came to offer what information I could sift from recent. Over the course of the past moon, there have been several sightings of an unfamiliar vessel at the coast of airport in the vicinity of the Isles of Umbra. This information came to my attention no more than a few weeks after a squad of my own soldiers had completed a routine patrol of the region, the Sastasha Seagull included. Their search revealed little, save that a family of Kuros had taken up residence in the caves, nothing to concern us in short. In light of recent developments, however, it would seem wise to search Sastasha once again. But with the Swaggin testing our defences daily, I am loath to assign a task to the limited forces at my disposal. My line is stretched as it is. Thus, I sought the services of a competent adventurer to conduct an investigation in our stead. Any aid you can offer in this matter would be greatly appreciated. And it is settled. Sastasha is located in western Lanasia. For more detailed instructions on how to reach the place, I suggest you consult Melpa. She can be found at the ferry docks on the lower decks. You heard the man. Good luck to you, lad. We all know how it feels to have one too many. That's why I'll not fault our patrons for much of what goes on our tables. But it's too much to ask that they keep their belongings on their person when they leave. Wouldn't bother me so much if half of them didn't show up a week later, ranting and waving as if the drugged heedlessness was somehow my fault. Take this impressive-looking journal right here. As obvious as it seemed to be, I've no doubt its owners turned up and down searching for his prized possession. A stranger, he was. A swarthy Wogadin who enjoyed his drink. Seemed to be getting on well with one of our regulars. Quentinane. Perhaps you could still catch up with him and spare me the headache. I'd offer you a free drink, but last time I did, that Baderon docked my wages. Right. Then also this one. You're either a brave man or a fool, and you'd be wandering the streets of Limsa today. What with the slasher of Fisherman's Bottom on the loose? You've not heard? There's a merman about. Why, it said he bandages blades as long and sharp as the gutter whale. No one's seen any bloodshed, but that hasn't stopped the rumours from seeing shivers up spines in every alehouse in town. That you're still standing before me tells me you don't scare as easily as the rest. Perhaps you could assist in investigations. To start with, you might want to look into that scream I just heard outside. Have I seen who? Look, just because I spend more nights at the wench than in my own home doesn't mean I'm mates with every sod who comes stumbling through the doors. Wait a minute. That bloody book. Why didn't you say so sooner? The tight-ass bastard drained 20 flagons and promptly passed out, leaving yours truly to foot the bill. Said he was heading for airport, Hey, where else the scurvy sop? Near me or willing, he's still stranded at the ferry docks. Though the gods know it won't help me get my girl back. What are you waiting for? That's him, the slasher. Apprehend him, toss him in the jail, and throw away the key. Or gut him and feed his lifeless body to the shucks for all I cared. Just do something. Woe is me. Whatever did I do to deserve this cruel fate? 6 months I saved every last gill from my husband's hard-earned wage. Forging new shoes, a new pair, sometimes even food for our children, all in anticipation of this day. What's so special about today, you ask? Why, this day marks the arrival of a world-renowned aesthetician in Limsa. My endless patience and self-control were to be rewarded with a hair-raising transformation that would have every fashion-conscious Lominson oohing and ahhing in admiration. Instead, I found myself accosted by this lecherous lout. Speaking of which, weren't you going to do something about this? Go ahead, have your way with him. I doubt he has anything to say for himself. Oh, the ignominy of it all. Of course you take her side. For shame. Is there not one sympathetic ear in his entire nation? An artiste of my renown should be welcomed with open arms, and a 21 cannon salute. Instead, I am branded a criminal. The tools of my trade, nay, the extensions of my very soul, ripped unceremoniously from my person like barnacles from the side of a frigate. I will not last long in my weakened state. No, even as we speak, the world around me grows dim. My dying breath, I speak unto you 3 names, 3 kind souls who may yet put right what has gone so frightfully wrong. Forge Master Hanaza of Nerdik and Vimmer's Guildmaster Beaton of the Gridanian Carpenters Guild, and Severin at the Alchemist Guild in order. If there is an ounce of compassion in you, seek them out and tell them Jandaline sent you. When my soul is restored and my name is rightfully cleared of Limsa, nay, the entire realm will sing you praises. For I, Jandaline, am none other than the Dandelion sent you? Let me guess. The balmy soul's lost his tools. Pardon me, the appendages of his very soul. Again, and is fashioned and tossing like the end of days is nigh. The man brings it on himself. If he toned down the theatrics and went about his work like an earnest craftsman, I dare say he saved himself these misunderstandings. No, I've not a whit of sympathy for the fool. You, however, have my pity indeed for having to play audience to his whinging. Anyway, this should shut him up for a while. Tell him that if he loses these, I'll graft the next pet into his bloody hands. That's the Fisherman's Guild. If you have business with me, be quick about it. My ferry and my next great adventure await. My journal! Why, I thought I had lost it forever. Pardon my rudeness, friend. Perhaps I should have stopped after 19 flagons. Did you steal a glance at its pages, perchance? No? A shame. That. What this book contains, how might I say it, and records of my numerous adventures. Quite the Inspiring read, if I do say so myself, which I believe I just did. Haha. You're the air adventurer about you. If one's still untested, take heart. Even the most accomplished adventurer, and I speak from personal experiences, was once a work for more than dreams and sense. Were there only some way for me to repay you? But of course, I have a fresh journal right here that I might as well have your name on it. Why not keep a record of your own, that one day we might regale each other with stories of our deeds? And with that, I shall be off. For adventure, and a flagon or 20 of the realm's finest ale. Fare you well on your journey, and next time you find yourself at the wench, do thank that Ellison fellow for his generosity. Aha. You'll hear about Commodore Rayner's investigation, then you'll want to board a ferry bound for airport. Once you arrive in Western Lanacea, though, you best pay a visit to the Hall of the Novice before you blunder into Sastasha. The Adventurers Guild runs the hall, and the folk there will prepare you, train you with the skills you need to face the dangers undoubtedly waiting for you in Sastasha. The hall is on the way to Sastasha, just north of airport. Head aside and one of the seasoned adventurers will take you in hand. Best of luck to you, friend. Ah, you must be the adventurer of whom the Yellow Jacket sent word. I hear you are to brave the depths of the Sastasha Sea Grot. The occupants of those caves are rumoured to be as numerous as they are bloodthirsty. No matter what the epic tales would have you believe, strolling into such a den of savagery alone would be height of foolishness. No, you shall need companions. And you shall need the training we here at the Hall of the Novice can provide. I strongly suggest that you study the fundamentals of group combat before commuting on your mission. The smith here oversees the training schedules. Speak with him and you can register for exercises tailored to your particular field of expertise. When you have mastered all that our masters have to teach, then it will be time to head north once more. Report to the Yellow Jacket Scout at the mouth of the Sastasha Sea Grot and he will furnish you with the details of your duty. According to my records, you have yet to fully complete your training. You are under no obligation to finish the final exercise, of course, but there is much to gain and naught to be lost in the attempt. Listen up, novice. For this exercise, you'll be learning avoidance. An enemy often tips his hand before a big strike. Make yourself hurt and step clear of the impact. So you've learned to get out of the way and you'll pass. Are we clear? Let me know when you're ready to begin. Prepared to start then, are you? This training exercise is now underway. Watch your opponent carefully. When you see an attack coming, move out of the strike zone. You'll be facing me first, I won't hold back. And be quick on your feet. That's the way. Someone switch to a new technique. Better change your dance. That's the way. It's my turn. I teach you not to ignore a ranged opponent. Your last test is to wave both boys at the same time. Think you can dodge it both? Keep calm and watch for the sign. Get a bit loud, you're almost at the end. And it's conclusive episodes. Come see me for your reward. Outstanding! Learning to avoid the obvious attacks is a skill at all adventurers need. Those who insist on standing still want non-surviving profession. And speaking of survival, perfecting each of the lessons will earn you a piece of armor to help you in the chosen role. You can also repeat the same race of other masters and be rewarded with equipment that works best for students of the other combat styles. Here's your bonus of completing exercise. Remember, this training is on the field of battle. New gloves. Go to my records, you've yet to flick. Speak myself. Listen up, novice. When it comes to your place in the party, you're the wall of steel that takes the enemy's hits. Taking up the pain and keeping your mates safe. That's what you need to focus on most during battle. Enmity is to measure how badly a foe wants to kill you, and it's your job to be at the top of every enemy list. So for this exercise, you'll be learning about enmity and anti-fielding. Remember to boast yourself with iron will before every battle. It will get your foes to notice you nice and early. Best way to establish yourself as a threat, bring together some nasty combinations. In your case, you'll start with a frost blade and follow up with a riot blade. Show me a solid series of blows and I consider your lesson learned. I will clearly let me know when you're ready to begin. Use a combination in battle, and you build all the enmity you need. When faced with a single foe, it is simple weapon that's often the most effective. Here's your bonus for completing exercise. Remember the training on the field of battle. Listen up, novice. You recall how you bet MIT in the last exercise? This time you'll be testing a combination on a proper opponent. I've said this before, lad, but it bears repeating. Your job is to soak up the pain and keep your mates safe. And you do that by directing the foe's enmity into yourself. If your allies still stand at the end of the fight, I count that as a win. Are we clear? Let me know when you're ready to begin. As you've seen, combinations are a fine way of building enmity. When your party is relying on you to take the hits, you need the reliable methods of grabbing the enemy's attention. Here's your bonus of complete exercise. Remember, they're training on the field of battle. Put the new feet. Do the next. Listen up, novice. For this exercise, you'll learn how to build enmity with multiple foes. Have you tried using Total Eclipse technique? It will let you aggravate an entire group of enemies. Total eclipses every bug within a circle around you. Make sure you position so you don't miss anyone. Are we clear? Let me know when you're ready to begin. When facing multiple foes, it's all about positioning. Here's the advantage of completing an exercise. Remember, there's training on the field of battle. Listen up, novice. For this exercise, you should be training against multiple opponents. Use Total Eclipse to gain enmity with the group. Just like your practice, be sure that enemies only interested in you. Beat every enemy on the field and I consider your lesson learned. Are we clear? Let me know when you're ready to begin. You see how fighting a group calls for a different technique? If you want to be your most effective, you need to switch your tactics to meet the situation. This your bonus to complete an exercise. Remember, training is on the field of battle. Too late. Listen up, novice. For this exercise, you'll learn to establish enmity with a ranged attack. In battles, the enemies won't care naught for fair. Tilt into the back of foes and ask you to get swarmed. And your shield off technique, be a tool for the job. Rather than blunder into a mob of nasties, you're better off pulling a few at a time from a safe distance. Beat every enemy in the field and I consider your lesson learned. Are we clear? Let me know when you're ready to begin. How easy it was to split that big nasty mob. The situation don't always allow it, but often it's a better strategy than charge. Use your bonus to complete an exercise. Remember this training on the field of battle. Listen up, novice. For this exercise, you learn to deal with reinforcements. Sometimes, they're later comes to battle, so you've got to stay aware. If you notice a new foe arrive, don't give in to panic, keep calm and pick the enemy up with your usual tools. Are they too far away for combination? Then reel them in with a shield mob. Once you've got everyone nice and close, you can switch to total pips to keep their enmity flowing. Defeat every enemy in the field and consider your lesson learned. Okay, let me know when you're ready to begin. Rounding up reinforcements makes it so harder. It's your base for completing exercise. Remember the training on the field of battle. The new body piece. This is it, the final exercise. That's a combination of your training. All the skills you've learned will be put to the test. Breathe deep. Remember your lessons and you'll do fine. Let me know when you're ready to begin. Prepared to start then, are we? Congratulations on completing my course, lad. It's a little something to mark the occasion. Hey, got onward to MSQ. Please tell me you're here on a yellow jacket's duty and not some daft sod out for a stroll. Can't take any more of this place that's waiting. You are? Thank the gods. I assume you already know about the ship seen slipping around the Isles of Umber. We've been on the lookout for pirate activity ever since the vessel was sighted. Thinking a group of cutthroats might have a denizen nearby. So when we receive word that men of questionable quality have been seen passing in and out of Sastasha here, we weren't entirely surprised. I've yet to see them for myself, but if this lot belongs to those fish-packed fencing serpent weavers, well, you can imagine the panic it will cause. The kidnappers are still fresh in people's minds. Anyway, your task is to poke around in the caves and find out exactly who we're dealing with. While you do that, I'll be keeping watch out here, praying you don't spot any blue-faced tattoos. Give us the Stasha. Oh, yeah, just waiting for a queue to pop. Here we go. Final boss time. You sally our swamping grounds. That was easy. Okay, back to the imps. Aye, such a task was on the books. Was. Mind. Afraid the ship has already sailed, friend. Ah, but you be the adventurer who accepted the job for investigating Zastasha? It would seem the ship has not only sailed, but now returns to harbour. None the worse for its voyage. A pity. We dragged our boots too long on this one. No matter. We will return and our chance will come. You are right, of course, but there should be no rest till we have attained our goal, lofty though it may be. Not a wink of sleep, great leader. Our aim, lest you wonder, is to perform such feats of heroism as will earn us a place in the song of every alehouse in Eorzea. We mean to write a legend which will inspire adventurers as yet unborn to follow our shining example. If you have such a goal, large or small, it matters not. Only have a star to reach for you and you will reach higher. Purpose can sustain you, though, through times of hardship. Keep your eye on the prize and all obstacles will be overcome in time. You would not think to stride into battle unclad, would you? Well, goals are as arms and armour for the spirit. I wish you fortune in your endeavours, sir. Back then, are ye? All your limbs and tail to tell, I wager. Fishbacks. And now I was thinking you'd only have to crack a pirate skull or three. 7 hours. You turn your back for 5 bloody minutes. And the scaly bastard to set up shop on your bleeding doorstep. Still sounds like you left them in pieces. So I don't suppose they'll be carrying out whatever mischief they was planning. Unless they was planning on feeding themselves to the fauna of Sastasha, of course. Anyway. All worlds that end well. On behalf of Limsa, I thank you for shedding some light on this mystery. You've lived up to your reputation, and I couldn't ask for more than that. Now, I bet you're dying for a rest, but just in case you're not, I was wondering if you might be interested in taking another job. It just so happens that I've had a request from my sister guild in Gridania, see? Seems the first folk are in need of a venture which can get things done. For them to ask for help like this, you can bet the task won't be no skip through a sunny glade. But after the way you dealt with our fishback infestation, I doubt there's anything you can't handle. Give us a shot when you're ready and I'll lay it out for you. And that is all for the moment. I'll be taking a break and I shall be back later this evening. So thank you all for watching.